Welcome back, Math Level D, Lesson 32. We're going to go ahead and start in our workbook. Okay, Part 1. I'm going to show you how to solve these difficult-looking problems. If you have a multiplication problem and it's a bigger number and it ends in 1 0 or even 2 zeros, you can solve them like this. Okay, first things first. You're going to multiply 2 times 7. Which is 14. Then you just add the 0. So 2 times 70 is 140. The next one, I'm adding 4 times 5, which is 20. Now I add the 0. Next, 9 times 5, 45. Add the 0. Okay, go ahead and complete D, E, and F on your own. You can pause. Then the rest of these parts are independent work. Part 2 and Part 3. Remember, we just did these ones in the last lesson, or one like this in the last lesson. You are going to be using this map or this this little chart for part of your independent work today. So make sure that this is all correct. When you are finished, or if you would like to complete those at the end, you can go ahead and continue on with us. We're going to go ahead and jump to the textbook. All right, Lesson 32. Lesson 32, Part 1. You are going to solve those on your own as well, okay? Those are pretty easy peasy division problems. So go ahead on your paper, write A through F, and write your division problems and solve. You can pause here until you are finished. All right, find Part 2. Just like the last lesson, the numbers for each item in Part 2 are from an addition fact or a multiplication fact. You're going to write the correct multiplication or addition fact that uses all three numbers. Use lined paper. Write a correct fact for item A. Item A has the numbers 0, 9, 9. Okay, so am I going to do an addition fact or a multiplication fact? Well, let's see. If I want to try multiplication first, 9 times 0 equals 9. And that's not right, because anything times 0 equals 0. So I cannot do my multiplication fact here. It's going to have to be an addition fact. Let's see. 9 plus 0 equals 9. Yes, that's correct. Or 0 plus 9 equals 9. Okay, go ahead and complete the rest of those in Part 2. We're going to completely skip Part 3 and move on to Part 4. Your class is chatty. All right, Part 4. Big whole number equal to 4 equal to something over 10 is equal to something over 5 equal to something over 1. Okay, remember how to get these. You're going to multiply the top number or the bottom number by the whole number. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 is equal to 12 fourths. Next one, 10 times 3, 30. Next one, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, Want you guys to go ahead and do B and C on your own. Let's go ahead and do part 5. I will do A with you and then set up B and C. Okay. A person had $20. All right, so these are a little bit different than ones we worked with before. So we know that they're starting with only $20. This person purchased a hat. How much did the person end up with? So if they have $20 and they purchased the hat, that means they bought something. So they are going to be subtracting. So person A had $20. They purchased the hat, which is $6. I have to figure out how much they ended up with. Okay? 0 minus 0 is 0. 0. Decimal point for the cents. Can't take 6 from 0, so I have to go over here and borrow 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. 10 minus 6. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 4. Bring the 1 down. And the money sign. You would still have $14 left if you had $20 and bought that $6 hat. All right, problem B. Joe started with $14.87. He bought the bat. How much did he end up with? All right, so the bat was $8.17. So you're going to solve this. It's a subtraction problem. Solve the cents. Make sure you have the decimal. Over here, you're going to have to borrow. Okay? So go ahead and try your best on that one. Go ahead and erase A so I can write C above it. All right, a club had $56.80. $56.80 in the cash box. The club purchased the phone. How much did they end up with? The phone was $34.58. 4.58. Okay, so again, I'm subtracting. You're going to have to do some borrowing because you cannot take 8 from 0. Okay? When you are finished, make sure that you have dollar signs and decimals in the right places. Make sure to line up your numbers in your best handwriting so I can read them. We got one more part here. We're going to go ahead and find part 6. All right, part 6. Looks like this. You can work some of these problems the way they're written. Only copy the problems and work the problems that you can work. Look at problem A. We can only work the problems that have the same bottom number. Can we work problem A? No. What about problem B? Do we have the same numbers for D? Yes, I can work problem, or B. I can work B. Let's see, C. I can work C. I can work D. I cannot work E, but I can work F. So you're going to go ahead and write those numbers down. So let's see. The ones you can work are B, 12 over 5, minus 9 over 5. You can work C, also D, and F. So 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. So let's go ahead and talk about these problems again. So when we're adding or subtracting these numbers, we have to have the same bottom number or else it won't work. So I'm just going to say 5 minus 5. My 5 stays the same, okay? But my top numbers, I do subtract. So 12 minus 9, 12, 11, 10, 9. So 12 over 5 minus 9 over 5 equals 3 over 5. Go ahead and complete these last problems and your independent work for this lesson 32. When you are finished, go ahead and submit to your teacher.